What if you could feel stronger and steadier on your feet in just 7 days, no gym, and no heavy weights required? Today, we are not just giving you a list of exercises. We are inviting you to join us on a 7-day leg strengthening challenge, a clear day-by-day blueprint to help you rebuild your strength and your confidence. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. And to be our wise and gentle coach for this important challenge, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the profound wisdom of taking small, consistent steps to achieve great and lasting results. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. The idea of a challenge is a very powerful one. Strength is not built in one single day, but it can be awakened in 1 week. This challenge is not about pushing your body to its absolute limit. It is about gently and consistently reminding your body how to be strong 1 day at a time. Each day of this challenge will build upon the last, creating a beautiful and a very logical progression of strength.
And that is exactly how we have structured our guide for you today. We are going to lay out your complete 7-day plan. In our next section, part 2, we will cover your simple and foundational exercises for day 1 and day 2. Then in part 3, we will move on to your plan for day 3 and day 4. And finally, in part 4, we will finish with your complete blueprint for day 5, day 6, and day 7. By the end of this video, you will have a complete weekly routine that you can use to carry you forward with strength and with confidence. It is a true blessing to have a clear and a gentle path to follow on our journey to better health. If you are ready to accept this challenge and to make a wonderful commitment to a stronger and a more confident, you please type "I accept" in the comments below. It is a wonderful way to make a commitment to yourself and to our entire community. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and you will not want to miss a single day of this important challenge. Okay, doctor, our 7-day leg strengthening challenge has officially begun. Let's talk about day 1. For our viewers at home who have accepted this challenge, where do we start? What is the first and most foundational exercise?
Our challenge begins with the single most important and the most functional movement for ensuring a long and an independent life. But first, let me tell you about a woman who accepted this very same challenge. We will call her Eleanor. She was 78 years old, and she came to see me because she was becoming very fearful of leaving her own home. She had lost her confidence in the strength of her own legs. She was afraid that if she sat down on a park bench, she might not have the strength to be able to get back up again on her own. Her journey, her 7-day challenge, began with this first simple but very profound movement. On day 1, your only goal is to master the sit-to-stand. You will find a sturdy chair. A dining chair without wheels is perfect. You will sit tall on the edge of the chair with both of your feet flat on the floor and your knees positioned directly over your ankles. Now you will cross your arms over your chest. You will then lean forward just slightly, and you will press firmly through your heels to stand up to a full, tall, and proud position. Then, with great control, you will slowly and gently lower yourself back down until you are sitting again. That is 1 repetition.
And this one simple movement is so incredibly powerful. In fact, many physical therapists and gerontologists consider the ability to be able to stand up from a chair without using your hands to be one of the single strongest predictors of a person's future independence and their risk of falling. It is a direct and an honest test of your lower body strength. It powerfully strengthens your quadriceps in the front of your thighs, your glutes in your backside, and your hamstrings in the back of your thighs. These are your body's primary anti-gravity muscles.
And for Eleanor, And for all of you at home, the goal for day 1 is to simply do 8 to 10 of these slow and controlled repetitions. If it is too difficult to do without using your hands at first, that is perfectly okay. You can use your arms to gently help you. The most important part of this first day is to do the movement slowly and with great conscious control. Now we move to day 2. On day 2 of our challenge, you will first do your 8 to 10 sit to stands again. And then you will add our second exercise for the week. Eleanor told me that after just one single day of this practice, she already felt a little more connected to her own legs. She was ready for the next step.
And what is the important exercise for day 2, doctor?
It is the simple but very effective heel raise. You will stand behind your sturdy chair, holding on gently to the back of it for balance. With your feet about hip-width apart, you will slowly lift both of your heels up off the ground, rising up onto the balls of your feet. Imagine that you are trying to reach for something on a high shelf. You will hold that top position for just a moment, and then very slowly you will lower your heels back down to the floor. Your goal for day 2 is to add 10 to 15 of these slow and controlled heel raises to your routine.
And this is a brilliant addition for day 2 because this movement specifically targets your very important calf muscles. Your calf muscles are what we often call your body's second heart. Every single time that your calf muscles contract, they squeeze the deep veins in your lower legs, and they help to pump the deoxygenated blood from your feet all the way back up towards your heart. A strong and an active calf pump is absolutely essential for good circulation, and it helps to prevent the blood from pooling in your lower legs, which is what can cause that heavy, tired, and swollen feeling. It is a truly blessed and a very intelligent design how these simple movements can so powerfully restore the natural and intended functions of our body. So by the end of day 2 of our 7-day challenge, our viewers have now successfully activated the major muscles of their upper legs with the sit to stands and their important lower legs with the heel raises. This is a very powerful foundation for strength. Doctor, what is next in our 7-day challenge as we move into day 3 and day 4?
Now that we have begun to wake up the large muscles of the legs, we must now focus on the smaller, more refined movements. These are the movements that are so very critical for preventing those dangerous trips and for maintaining our balance. This brings us to day 3 of our challenge. On day 3, you will of course continue with your sit to stands and your heel raises from the first 2 days. And now you will add a new and a very important movement. This is an exercise for waking up the muscles on the front of our lower legs. It is the simple but very effective toe tap. For our patient Eleanor, this was a very important step in her journey. She had told me that she often felt that she was shuffling her feet as she walked, and she had tripped a few times on the edge of her rug at home. This simple exercise helped to reawaken the important muscles that are responsible for lifting the foot. You will sit down in your firm chair with your back straight and both of your heels planted flat on the floor. Now, you will simply start lifting the front of your feet, just your toes, and the ball of your foot up off the ground, and then you will gently lower them again. You will tap your feet up and down in a steady and a gentle rhythm for about 30 to 60 seconds.
And this seemingly small and simple movement is so incredibly important for our safety. It is specifically targeting a muscle that runs along the front of your shin. This muscle is called the tibialis anterior. The main job of this muscle is to lift your foot up towards your shin. This is a movement that we call dorsiflexion. Weakness in this one small muscle is one of the #1 causes of tripping in seniors. When this muscle is weak, your toe does not clear the ground properly when you are taking a step, and it can very easily catch on the edge of a rug, a small step, or an uneven piece of pavement, which can lead to a very dangerous fall. So the simple toe taps help to prevent us from tripping. That is a critical safety lesson. Now, doctor, we have now arrived at what you called in your outline the most important day of the entire challenge. What happens on day 4?
On day 4, we will practice the most important skill of all for preventing a serious fall. This is balance day, and our exercise for today is the single leg stance. But we must do this with great care and with great safety. You must always stand right next to a sturdy wall, a kitchen counter, or the back of a heavy stable chair. You must always have something strong to hold on to if you need it. You will shift your weight gently onto one foot. You will then slowly and with great control lift your other foot just an inch or two off of the ground. It does not need to go high. You will try to hold this position for 10 to 15 seconds. Then you will gently lower your foot and you will switch to the other side. It is perfectly okay if you are wobbly. It is perfectly okay if you need to hold on with your hands. The only goal for today is to simply practice.
And practice is the perfect word for it, because as you have taught us, Dr. Balance is a skill that we can all improve at any age. It is not just about our muscle strength. It is about your brain, your nerves, and your muscles all learning how to communicate with each other again very quickly. This simple exercise is training a very important system in your body that is called proprioception. This is the amazing sense that tells your brain where your body is in space without you having to look. By practicing this simple one-leg movement in a safe way, you are sharpening the communication between the millions of tiny nerves in your feet and your ankles and the important balance centers in your brain. You are making your entire system smarter and much more responsive. It is a wonderful and a blessed thing to be able to feel that our bodies can relearn and reawaken these essential skills at any age. And we love sharing this kind of detailed and empowering exercise with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So on day 3 of our challenge, we woke up our feet with the toe taps, and on day 4, we found our center of balance with the single leg stance. This is a brilliant and a very logical progression. Doctor, as we now enter the final days of our 7-day challenge, what is the focus for day 5, 6, and 7?
In these final important days of our challenge, we will begin to integrate all of the individual parts that we have awakened into more coordinated and more functional movements. This is where we begin to put it all together to create a truly strong and a very intelligent body. On day 5, you will continue with all of your previous exercises, and now you will add the simple but very important movement of marching in place. You will stand tall again, always near a sturdy surface for support if you need it. You will then begin to slowly lift one knee up towards your waist, and then you will gently lower it, and you will lift the other. You should aim for about 20 to 30 gentle steps. The goal here is not speed. The goal is to find a smooth and a steady rhythm.
And this is a fantastic integration exercise for the brain and the body. Marching in place is a form of what physical therapists call gait training. It is teaching your brain how to properly coordinate the complex movement between your hip flexors, your quadriceps, and even your core muscles. It helps to improve the natural rhythm and the smoothness of your walking so that you have fewer stumbles and you can walk with a more confident and a more fluid stride.
So the marching helps with our forward movement. On day 6, we will add a very important exercise to protect us when we have to move sideways. It is the side leg raise. This is so very important for our safety. When we are doing simple everyday tasks, like stepping out of a car or moving around in our kitchen, you will stand next to your wall or your sturdy chair for support. You will then slowly raise one of your legs out to the side, just a foot or so off of the ground, and it is important to keep your toes pointed forward, not up toward the ceiling. You will hold it there for just a moment, and then you will slowly and with great control bring your foot back down. You will do about 10 of these repetitions on each side.
And this is a critical and an often neglected movement for seniors. The side leg raise specifically targets a very important muscle that is on the outside of your hip. This muscle is called the gluteus medius. This muscle is your primary pelvic stabilizer. When it is strong, it is what keeps your hips level and stable when you are walking. A strong gluteus medius is what prevents that wobbly side-to-side walk that you so often see in seniors, and it makes you much, much more stable on your feet.
And now we have arrived at day 7, the final day of our challenge. For this day, after you have done all of your other exercises, we will add our final polishing movement. We will focus on the small but very critical hinges of our body, the ankles. Our final exercise for this week is the gentle ankle circles.
And these are so important for preventing a fall. The simple act of sitting in a chair and gently and slowly rotating your ankles in large circles helps to improve your ankle mobility and your flexibility. And a flexible and a responsive ankle is your body's first line of defense when you accidentally step on an uneven piece of ground. It allows your foot to be able to adapt to the surface and to recover its balance very quickly. This simple movement can be the difference between a small stumble and a very serious fall. Now, doctor, let's return one final time to our patient Eleanor at the end of her 7-day challenge. What was the result for her?
At the end of the 7 days, the woman who had started her journey with so much fear and with so much doubt in her own body had found a new and a very beautiful sense of confidence. She told me something very profound. She said, "I don't just feel stronger, doctor. I feel like I know my own body again. I feel like we are friends again." The simple 7-day challenge had not just given her stronger muscles, it had given her a complete blueprint for her own strength and for her own independence.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed outcome. It is a story of a person reconnecting with the incredible and the wonderful body that they have been given. Doctor, this has been an incredible and a very empowering 7-day challenge. You have given our viewers a complete day-by-day blueprint for rebuilding their leg strength from the ground up. We have journeyed from the foundational set to stands on day 1 all the way to the integrated full body movements by day 7. This is a powerful and a very practical framework for senior health. By following this simple daily protocol, our viewers can take a direct and a very real step to reclaiming their leg strength and their precious confidence. This knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy, one that is accessible to absolutely everyone, regardless of their current fitness level. It is a practical and a very gentle way to fight back against the fear of falling and to build real functional leg strength.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. This 7-day challenge is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning. It is a new set of beautiful and healthy habits, a new language to be able to speak with your body every single day. I encourage you to continue this wonderful conversation, and your body will continue to answer you with ever-increasing strength.
That is a beautiful message to end with, Doctor. To continue the conversation with our bodies. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by showing up for our bodies every day with these simple and blessed movements. And of course, it is always wise to speak with your personal doctor or a physical therapist before starting any new exercise routine, especially if you have any existing health conditions or any significant balance issues. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted healthcare provider. If you found this guide empowering and you have accepted the 7-day challenge, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital and hopeful information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you would like to invite on this wonderful journey to strength with you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which day of the 7-day challenge are you most excited to start with. Please share your first step in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and be strong.